here.
Bro, and this dude, like, he could barely hold pens sometimes. Like, he would literally be writing with a pen and his hand would cramp and he couldn't move it at all. And it's fucked. It's fucked to laugh about, but it's so funny. Because Vern knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Because he helped me solder that shit that one time.
He would literally be sitting there.
I don't want to laugh.
I don't either, but I'm gonna say it. He'd be sitting there writing, and then like all of a sudden he'd be like, ah, yeah.
And like wouldn't be able to open his jaw.
He'd be like holding his hand, and then he's like, okay, all right, we're good. And then he goes back to doing it. But bro,
like,
and then,
I had him helping me solder the one time.
Did he have carpal
he was
tunnel?
holding the thing. I don't know.
This dude had so many problems, man.
He was doing the same thing.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 14 of Squad Pod. We are different costumes this week. Vernon is Spider Dude.
Easy.
We don't want to get copyright claimed.
Uh-oh.
Spider Dude.
Wyatt, what exactly are you?
I'm Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson.
It's
Famous author.
perfect.
Oh.
From Fear and Loathing. He's
Fear
like,
and Loathing in Las Vegas.
yeah.
Like they made a movie off of his book.
It's
Well, like
such a
I'm
good
a big
costume.
fan of all of his books that he's written.
I've never heard of him in my life.
Oh, you should look
Really?
into
I've
You
never
need to
heard-
watch Fear and Loathing because Wyatt,
Yeah.
even with his background right now, that looks like a scene out of the movie.
it.
Wyatt's costume's on point.
Your costume last week was on point.
Why Jack's got the one?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that was
both of you
fun.
guys,
Like-
honestly.
I thought
You was like the background last week was awesome. Jackson.
I wish I could have a background for the Skype recording. I could, but yeah, I'm Rick Grimes. So Rick Carl. All right. So you guys have some interesting
like
things
these
to talk
eyes
about.
are-
Vern, you can take that off.
Good. Oh my god. I was not about to wear that for this entire time. There was no way. You guys saw it. I was Spider-Man.
I'm gonna have to put my
Super
glasses on.
lazy.
Probably.
now you're just Miles Morales.
Yeah, there we go. See? There we go.
So
And then I made this my background because it'd be like my Manhattan apartment, you know?
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
There you go.
Manhattan apartment. Makes sense to you guys?
Genius.
honestly, I didn't
Oh.
realize. I didn't see you clipping. I just thought you were somewhere else. I just thought you were somewhere
Alex
else.
is
right now.
supposed to
It
be
blends
here
pretty
too,
smooth.
but he's not.
Yeah, he'll be joining us eventually.
Alex is.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for like 30 minutes, and we just started without him. So
He's gone AWOL.
Roll.
yeah, he's a salty
We're
bitch
rolling.
anyway tonight. Still.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
So all right, Wyatt and Vernon, you guys have some really exciting news to share with us.
Absolutely.
Share it.
Had a great guest on last episode of Squad Pod Sports. It was amazing.
It was.
Philly 500.
Philly 500 from YouTube. He's an Eagles content creator. He's pretty big over there. He does live streams and pretty much posts videos like pretty much every day. Just Eagles news, Eagles content. He's getting bigger by the week pretty much on YouTube. You know, it was nice to have him on and chat with him about football for a while.
He was super cool. Just
Yeah.
talking, like, me and Wyatt were talking afterwards about how it just felt like we were just chilling with somebody we always knew and talked football with. He was just that easy to talk to, and it was awesome. It just
Yeah,
good experience.
Super cool
Very,
guy.
very thankful for him being on, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Anything you guys would like to
so go check
share
out his
that like
channel.
happened that you'd like to not kind of spoil a little bit, but anything?
No,
No?
watch it.
Gotta watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
It's
Go
that
watch
good.
that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a good
Go
one.
watch it.
All right, that's awesome.
But yeah, go check out his channel. Definitely do.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
He's got some quality content over there.
Gonna have links to his channel in our description for that video as well. Probably this.
I'll
one
put it on
too,
this one too.
but
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, definitely the one
Yeah.
that he's into. So
Mhm.
Yeah, go
it
check
was
out his channel.
awesome. It was fun. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can have him on again too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was really cool to talk to. He's really knowledgeable.
Oh, yeah.
On more than just like the Eagles, you know. I mean, he knows his football. So I mean, it was a really good podcast. So go check that podcast out and then check his page because he's got a lot of videos.
I noticed he posts
funny
every
too,
day,
man.
it seems.
And he's super funny. Yeah, that's the best thing about him is like we kind of say in the podcast is like every time I'm going into watching one of his new videos, I know I'm gonna laugh because he's such a character. But yeah, I mean, go check that out.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a really good podcast.
That's awesome to hear. That's probably our first like really big guest. So
Yeah,
sports is big right now until everyone else gets COVID because it seems like
it's not looking good. It's
you
getting
guess
worse by the day.
I guess it would have been last night. You guys would have had some big news with that. I don't know if you guys talked about it at all.
We didn't. We talked about like we talked about like the Titans and stuff like that like briefly, but that was kind of old news by the time we were doing the podcast. But then now we have Gilmore out. We didn't talk about that at all.
There's like a Raiders player.
Oh
yeah,
I'm afraid the whole Patriot squad's gonna end up with it. And
didn't someone else get
maybe
it?
some
or was
Chiefs?
that? I don't know.
We have 3 players
the Titans have like 2 more positives, and
the Titans
they were
have, like,
supposed
20,
to start.
don't they?
Well, yeah, they're
Titans
close.
have 20 now.
But they were supposed to start practicing today.
Well, didn't
coming
they?
back to
Didn't they get
camp.
caught at like a football or a high school
Yeah, I was
field?
gonna say,
got-
did
they
you guys
got-
see that video?
Yeah, but I meant like official practices were supposed to start at camp today.
What do you think's gonna happen to them for that?
Apparently, there's going to be like a punishment, like a
they're
big
gonna
punishment.
Like draft picks or something from them.
They might.
It might be
It's
worse.
breaking
I don't know.
protocol. 'Cause they were
Yeah,
finding
like-
like coaches like $100,000 or some shit for the not wearing the masks.
Just
So
for
like,
not
what are they
wearing a
going to do
mask.
if they're breaking protocol and
Like-
like being around each other?
You have an outbreak in your franchise right now. Why would you compromise that anymore? I mean, come on, you got 2 weeks. Just
Shut
wait
the
2
team
weeks.
down. You're out.
But in their defense, you want them to rest and chill on the couch for 2 weeks.
That's true.
Do Zoom meetings and then go and
Get paid millions of dollars to.
No, like listen though, and then go up against the Steelers on Sunday, who
Yeah.
have been practicing all week,
I get
full
it.
speed.
You're
you've
supposed to
been
expect like
chilling.
every player to work out on their own and do
I
their
get
own
it.
reps and stuff.
With
It's-
COVID,
I just
like,
man, if that shit would be
Man,
crazy.
and they just got caught breaking the rules.
Yeah, but
No.
I'm not gonna be out there doing that. Like, if my team's riddled with COVID, why would I want to be out there with more of them? You know, like,
Absolutely. Like apparently they were
Jesus.
saying that like Cam Newton went out to dinner with like Stephon Gilmore and stuff the other night. That's how like Stephon Gilmore got it.
but they
like,
probably
they were-
wouldn't know by that point.
Yeah, I don't think so. But they were like at a restaurant and stuff. That's like they think that's why they got
wild.
it. But like,
Went to a restaurant. God damn it, we lost
Cam
to the
Newton.
Chiefs because of you.
what if Gilly gave it to Pat Mahomes?
I kind of hope he did.
Because like
No, I'm
the
just
Chiefs
kidding.
tested all negative
kidding,
today,
just kidding,
but I
just
mean,
kidding.
like, what if like in the next couple days that
Yeah,
like he tests
Because
positive?
that
You know?
incubation period.
Well, if it's Saturday, they're like, boom, Pat Mahomes test positive, can't play Sunday.
I mean, look at
Realistically, I hope it's just like a couple players on the Patriots, because I don't want this to just like derail the whole entire season. You know, that'd be fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
well, yeah,
That's tough,
especially you
man.
got one team. Like, let's not spread it to another. Like, it's just
Yeah,
gonna.
it's on
snowball.
multiple teams right now.
Why is it mostly AFC teams?
It's all AFC teams. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
why is it all AFC teams?
Fucking undisciplined.
Rebels.
Rack discipline.
Did
Yeah.
you watch Hard Knocks at all this year?
I haven't. No,
No, they are like
No.
very disciplined. Very disciplined.
they are.
Oh yeah, like it's all about clean this, mask here, like distance this,
Yeah.
like because it was covering the Rams and the Chargers.
hmm Yeah.
The Rams seem to have a little bit of a better grip on them, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, I think the Eagles
the
did
Chargers
too. I
head
think.
coach the Chargers head coach had COVID.
Did he?
I think
I know this. I know Sean McVay did. Not Sean McVay. Sean Payton.
Before the
for
season.
The Saints.
before
he
the
had it.
season.
Yeah, I don't know.
hmm
I don't remember that one.
I agree with you though. Something about that NFC.
The AFC.
NFC.
Or, like, oh yeah, they
They're
stay
staying
healthy.
safe.
Yeah, I think so.
Tom
Did you
Brady
watch
saw that
the-
shit.
Did you watch the pandemic episode of South Park?
I
Yes,
did.
I didn't finish it though. I fell asleep at the end of it.
That was a good one.
I was so mad, Vernon, when you shared that picture because I told Brittany the night I was like, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm gonna share a picture of a particular person with Randy Marsh's mustache, and you shared it. I'm like, dang it! Like I missed my opportunity. Like
I didn't make it.
I know you didn't make it, yeah. But I was like, man, I knew someone should have gotten it. But it was just so funny that like that happened perfect. Right after that episode aired. It was like.
It's that type of shit that makes me think like, is this shit a simulation? Because that was too perfect.
They they may have been in contact with the Simpsons writers or something there.
That's what I mean, like sports bettors.
That really was. I haven't watched South. Have you guys been keeping up with South Park?
Yeah, I actually haven't.
Well, I haven't been.
I haven't been as it's been airing, but then like I'll binge it. Like me and my girl were just watching through a couple weeks ago all the South Park episodes. So like. I missed some here or there, but a lot of the new episodes we watched. So
it's
a
been
lot of shit I haven't seen.
Years since I've watched it, like episode to episode. I kind of stopped watching it. Like even around where Mr. Garrison became the president, I kind of like. Yeah. I didn't really watch much of it, but I didn't know Randy even owned a pot farm. So.
Yeah, that happened last season. I missed the last season of it. I was pretty much all caught up since the last season. I haven't seen the last season, so I actually. After watching the pandemic episode, I did start the last season that I missed.
Did it air uncensored?
No, I don't think so.
Because when I watched it on YouTube TV, it was uncensored.
Yeah, they released it like after the episode.
But I just watched it off the DVR.
Oh, I don't know.
It was weird.
I watched it on demand and it was uncensored.
I watched it on HBO.
I just wasn't ready for it.
It was uncensored.
Like,
oh shit, it's already on there.
Yeah. I mean, the HBO Max owns like the rights to stream it.
I know. I just didn't think it was gonna be
that quick.
Oh yeah, it's on there next day
right away.
They were doing that with Hulu. Hulu was getting them up quick.
Yeah, it's like Hulu is pretty much next day for stuff.
Isn't there a season of Rick and Morty that's been aired that isn't up anywhere right now? Season 4.
I think it's. I don't know if it's on Hulu. I can watch it on YouTube TV, but that's just because I have a DVR and I just haven't watched it. I still haven't watched it. I don't know
if I've seen any of them.
But yeah, no, I really liked that South Park episode though. It was raw. It was. I mean, I know South Park usually doesn't like pull back punches, but I felt like it was even like a little step above South Park. Not much, but just a little bit.
That's what are you talking about?
What?
Oh, just the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic episode. Yeah.
I felt like it was like South Park's like back to its roots, kind of. It was like just the right amount of ridiculous.
It was way too wacky. Like Randy, like at first, like it was the bat, and then like I forget what the other animal was, and then he's just like, oh
pangolin.
Shit, and then
pangolin,
the pangolin
with Mickey Mouse.
He's like, oh
like,
shit.
I'm like, they're not gonna make him do that too. And they did.
Yeah, of course. He's
just like in China with Mickey
Mouse. Of course.
Oh my gosh, dude! But like, I feel
crazy how they had that correspond with last season. You know, because they had it like they did.
I remember the controversy about last season with like the president of
the shit.
Yeah, like he got real pissed. He like banned South Park.
I loved the ending of it. It was.
See, don't tell me because I didn't watch the ending. I felt.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess we could talk about it. Fuck it.
No, it's okay. It ended about as sudden and expectedly. Like it just, it was on its way to a happy ending, and then South Park just did its thing, and then it was like, nope.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I did. I watched probably like 70% of it, 75% of it.
I'm gonna say, I feel like when I was listening to the promotional material, maybe I just didn't hear it right. Cartman seemed a lot more toned down than what I thought he was gonna be, because he wasn't. I thought he was gonna like refuse.
That happened over last couple seasons.
That part where like they were dragging him into the classroom was hilarious. Where he's just like, he's just like squealing.
That classroom scene was like, I was like, oh my god. Like there
was like coughing on Kyle.
I was more so thinking about like the part with Token.
Oh my!
I was like,
gosh, yeah.
I can believe they did it, but I couldn't believe they did it. Like,
COVID related.
I was like, this is messed up. But
they were hitting like every angle of it. Every angle of it. Like
they just took 2020 and threw it in an episode.
I was like, what the.
That's the best thing about South Park is it just like rips everybody.
He's just like, they don't got him. I was like, holy shit! Like, no,
got him.
no.
We got him. And then they're like, what did they say that he's like had coronavirus or whatever?
Yeah,
Like,
it was COVID
They were like,
related.
it's COVID related.
It was a COVID related
COVID-related.
injury.
He's like, no, it wasn't. We saw you shoot it.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have
No.
been there if it wasn't for COVID. So, COVID related.
Yeah, like I didn't know like if there was the start of a new season or what. Because I haven't heard anything about another new episode at all.
I think I heard this
And
is
that
the
would be
first
tonight.
hour-long episode they've ever done. isn't
Yeah,
it?
I guess they usually do Wednesday nights, don't they?
I haven't heard anything about a new episode tonight, so
I haven't either. That's why I didn't know if it was just like a one-off like special.
it
until
is
the new
weird
season
that
starts.
they've done a 1 hour episode. That is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Like they've always done parts, like with like Imagination Land and everything. It was all just like
Right.
Yeah.
part one, part
Usually
two.
do
So
that
yeah,
shit
it's an
kinda,
hour and a
like,
half
towards the end of the
episode.
season though,
Yeah.
or something. Like maybe
Like
the final two episodes they usually do like a two-parter or something.
But like you're saying, Evan, like it's usually like an hour and a half
Yeah.
because it's three.
But it was,
three-part
but they
episodes or
were
something.
released as
Oh, yeah,
episodes though. Like they
Exactly.
Yeah.
they never did an hour long, just straight.
Imagination
hour-long.
Land was so good. That and like the Game
I
of
think
Thrones one they
The
did
Black
the console
Friday
wars.
one.
Yeah.
The Black Friday, yeah, that's my favorite
That one's
multiple
really good.
episode because it's just Game of Thrones and it's console wars and like and it's South Park and I'm like, this is amazing.
It has
Like,
George
the
R. R.
whole
Martin
theme
in
of
it. Like,
The-
we know,
oh,
we know,
God.
we know.
And he's like walking through the garden and shit. He's like,
Yeah.
don't trust him. He's gonna betray you.
He's like, shut up.
I love that shit. South Park's amazing.
South Park is good.
How
It
do we even
actually,
start talking about that shit?
this
Get out of
episode
my
actually
garden,
kind
I
of
told you not to
made me
come
want to
back.
watch some more of it. Like kind of see what
Mhm.
I've missed. Because I've
Yeah.
always
Right.
liked South Park. Like I've watched it since I was
Yeah.
like 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean
South Park.
it's definitely super funny, and it's crazy how like it went from like just ridiculous shit from like the first couple seasons where it was just like outrageous
Random,
every week,
crazy
and then
stuff.
it kind of went into like topical kind of stuff, you
Mhm.
know, like
Or
and
relevant
as it
shit.
went, or relevant
Have you
shit.
seen Have you seen like the little mini documentary on how an episode's made?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like they just
It is.
they just
Like,
start
the
the week and they're like,
Saturdays
all
they-
right, we got to have an episode by Wednesday. Like, they just do it, but it works. But then
It's crazy
they can
'cause I,
stay
like-
topical. Like they can be
Yeah.
more topical than anyone else because
Exactly.
they're just
Yeah,
like, all right, well, what
because
crazy shit
I'm s-
happened this week? We're just gonna make it into an episode.
Yeah. Most animated shows like South Lake, Bob's Burgers, or like Family Guy and shit, they do like they take a year or so off,
hmm
and then they do like a whole season, and then they release it. But
Mhm.
like they're like, nope, we just gonna do it week by week.
They're recording while that season's being released. Like
Yeah.
sets been out. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
South Park's
That's
like,
crazy. That's a
nah,
lot of
we're
pressure.
just gonna wing it.
Yeah, and I mean for them to be like
Hope it's
consistently
good.
funny too.
I think in that
Yeah.
documentary it even said the Christmas one with the woodland animals. That was like they had a whole other episode planned and they scrapped it and they did that whole episode in like 2 days,
Jeez.
which was
Really?
like a crazy episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
Have you
became
ever seen
recurring
like the
characters after
original
that.
like? Have you ever seen like the original like the prototype before like the original like
like
first
Jesus
episode?
versus Santa?
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
that. I remember downloading that
Where it's,
from
like, super
BearShare.
rough. Yeah.
I remember the
That's
one
super
episode of
good.
South Park I downloaded from BearShare when I was little. And it's not like I did it on purpose or anything. I remember just being younger and wanting South Park on my, like, it was like one of them big ass computers, old desktop.
Yeah.
It took like fucking 15, 18 hours to download this episode. But it was the one with Tally. And they're the one where he's like, do, 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 do.
Yeah, that was the first tally
And he's
episode.
like, oh, I almost got it.
Funky town.
And like I remember just being, I don't even know, way too young to be watching something, but just being like, this shit is so fucking funny. Just
Oh my
dying
God.
laughing at like, oh my. But that was like weirdly the only episode I had on
Mhm.
my until later on. I think my uncle had multiple seasons of it on DVD, and like I like
Mhm.
borrowed them from
What
him.
was
and
like
shit.
your first experience with South Park?
My brother had the
Like,
being
movie.
younger.
My brother had the
Had the
movie.
movie.
That was my introduction to South Park.
I remember
What's the movie?
my first introduction was the movie.
Mhm.
I think my brother rented it, and I remember like sneaking in. Like I was like
Mhm.
early in the morning. I was like super young, and I remember taking it and I was watching it, and like it was like towards the end of the movie whenever like my parents woke up and they were like, "What are you watching?" And they took
What's
it from
funny
me, so I
is
didn't get to
It's
watch
almost
the rest
like
of it.
the topic of the movie was exactly what what happened to me. I hear it and I'm like, what is this? What am I listening to?
Ass is on fire. I don't think that was my first. I think the first time I saw the movie was at Evan's house.
Probably.
Like, Evan's the one that showed me the movie when we were younger. But I definitely saw it. Like, that's the show that I would get in trouble for when I'd be younger. But I'd be like watching something on MTV, and my mom would come in late night, or Comedy Central, and my mom would come in late and see me like passed out, but like South Park's on it. Like, I definitely was watching that shit. And she, like, telling me like not like turn my shit off just so like that doesn't come on, and I'd be like, okay, yep.
One of you guys
and, like leaving that shit on.
I don't know if it was you, Vernon. Someone had the season 5 box set, I think.
I think it was me because I was borrowing.
Only because I specifically remember Scott Tenorman Must Die. I remember that episode because it was just an amazing episode. But I remember having that, like the DVD, but I knew it wasn't mine. I remember one of you guys having that, and I think it was you, the season 5.
Right.
I remember that episode. That is probably one of my favorite episodes because you're like, how can he actually, like, get him back? And then he's like, oh, he just kills his parents, chops him up, puts him in a chili, makes him eat it. Okay.
Like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Actually fucking did
One of my favorite episodes is the one where it's like mixed with the anime.
Oh,
like the ninjas and stuff. They buy like the weapons at like the
Butters'
market.
scream is so, it makes me laugh so much because it's just like, he's just like, ugh, and then it's like all dramatic, and then he's just standing there like, he just screams.
And then they like put a bunch of fur on him and like put a black nose, and they call him like a dog so they can take him to the vet and stuff.
And then Cartman like,
and he's like
goes up on stage because he's invisible and he's freaking naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
Dude, I love that episode though, just because how much
episode.
I loved like Dragon Ball and stuff, and that just reminded me of it. But
man.
Oh man,
that episode's classic.
I would say my favorite episode. Oh, you can go ahead, Brian.
I'll go. Like, I was gonna say, Wyatt might know like my favorite is.
Is it the Tiger Woods episode?
Nah,
because that episode's hilarious too.
It's the he's like, goddamn Mongol.
Oh yeah, the building.
Shitty walk.
He built.
Oh
yeah, I remember. The Mongolians.
Die like watching that episode, just dying.
And like the rest, I think the rest of it was like the kids like separate from the parents.
Yeah.
And then they're like, look at them. They started their own civilization. And like, it's only been like 2 days or whatever. Or he's like, it's only been a couple hours.
Them getting kidnapped and shit. And then they figure out, oh, the parents, or it's likely to be somebody they know.
We're the enemy.
But meanwhile, all this shit, like, he's out here building this wall.
He's just doing his own thing.
Doing his own thing this whole time. Building the wall.
Those damn Mongolians just
goddamn Mongolians keep
tear down my city wall.
It's the perfect like side piece to go like in an episode.
The B plot that has nothing to do.
I love that shit. We've been talking about South Park for like 15 minutes.
Oh, dude, I love it though. I was just gonna say my favorite episode though is probably the World of Warcraft episode. Again, just because I love MMOs, but like the part where Stan's dad's like dying, giving him the sword, and he's sitting at the computer like, oh, and it just pretend.
That's like
Stan.
What? That's like why I would do that shit while we're playing fucking video games.
Like,
you know, like
come back.
That's what it's based off of. Like, no.
I feel like that's also one of the turning points where Randy became a more central character. That's that area of the show. Maybe not that episode in particular, but like that.
He's probably my favorite.
He's probably my favorite character too. That and like when Obama got elected, that whole
the musicals
area.
Stuff.
Wait, what's that?
The episode where he like writes the musicals.
I don't think I saw that.
Like, have you ever seen that one?
No, he's Lord.
He's Lord. Well, yeah, that's funny. But I mean,
I am Lord.
He starts writing the musicals like about blowjobs and stuff because it's
shit.
It convinces the wives to give like the husbands blowjobs
on the way
and then,
home.
Like, yeah, and then like Shelley ends up going to a musical and he like dresses up as Spider-Man and goes to stop her.
Oh my god.
That episode's hilarious.
I don't remember that part. I have to watch.
He couldn't show that it was him ruining the musical, so he like walks by a costume shop and there's like a Spider-Man costume, and then you just see him swinging through the auditorium like Spider-Man. He's like, Shelly.
I think this is Alex's plan for this episode, to be honest, was to just put this up here and to just bail.
He knew we were in costumes.
I think
so
this is exactly what he planned to do. And I can almost respect it.
It's all good.
But
I mean, I would if he wasn't not going to be on next week.
Oh, that's true.
Already.
Or maybe he is. Maybe he was just duping us.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe this is the week he's not on.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, like, why did he put this screen on?
He turned his computer on and just went to bed. Or he's just listening to this whole thing. But anyway,
playing his Switch.
He's totally.
He's just pissed. Fuck these guys.
So.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I asked you guys earlier in the week to think of something to like a little bit of a brain exercise. Like, so do you guys have any guilty pleasures that you have that not necessarily like unpopular opinions, because I know they kind of sound the same, but like things that are kind of like it wouldn't be in your character to enjoy, but you just like it anyway. Like you just for absolutely no reason. Like the biggest thing for me is like there's a few songs that do not fit my library at all, but I like them.
Like what? What songs?
My number one guilty pleasure song is "Love Me Like You Do" by Ellie Goulding. Okay. I don't know why,
bro.
But when that song comes on,
that was one of mine. Is like I like Ellie Goulding. Like that light song that she has is really good.
All right, we're in agreement.
I have one like that too. It's just not that.
Cool.
What is it?
But like I wasn't thinking like, oh, it's called "Love Galore," by SZA.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, I don't
know. That wasn't what I wasn't even gonna say it. Like that wasn't what I was thinking. But you just reminded me, like,
okay.
Like, no, that wasn't. But you guys said a song, so I was like,
Alex is here finally.
There he is. He's Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Late.
Mr. Late. And Mr. Incredibly Late.
I was being salty.
I could tell. Were you listening to us?
Some of it I caught. I was just busy.
It's an amazing costume.
I even got the hairline for it.
Alex, you missed mine. Here, I'm gonna.
The one time Alex doesn't wear a hat.
The one
it's
time.
It's in costume. That's funny. He just pops in as Mr. Incredible.
I was trying to like pop it and be like this at the same time.
Your background's clipping a lot more.
I don't know where.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna take it off here in a second.
How about that?
How about that? Spider-Man.
You know what, Vernon? With the hood, you kind of look like the Spider-Man that's like presenting on that screen in that meme. You know what I'm talking about?
You look like Spoder-Man.
You look like drug dealer Spider-Man.
Yeah. You want to buy? You want to sling some webs?
Just Spider-Man. I don't want to be around.
I'll be slinging them webs.
Hey man, you're not Spider-Man. I'm definitely Spider-Man.
Want some webs?
That's a dope costume though, Alex.
Imagine if one of us also dressed up as Spider-Man, we could just be like.
Even better is Marissa for ours is Mrs. Incredible.
Nice.
So is this your Halloween costume for this year?
Oh yeah, we're doing a couple costumes.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Disney is going to take us down.
Yeah, we've already lost. Well, I mean, at least we're not making money yet, so they can have it.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, just come on in here and just act like you've been here for the last half hour.
That's all right. I like real trashy, like live TV kind of shit. Like
what?
Cops. I love all that like public freakouts and like on YouTube and stuff.
I feel you.
Love that stuff. And I don't know if it's much of a guilty pleasure, but it's not something like I would hang out with you guys and do. But like I listen to musicals all the time, just like music for musicals, and I play it. And that's it.
Okay.
I can respect that. That's kind of culture,
like music goes, I would say a guilty pleasure for me is like 90s, like I don't know, like club music.
Oh.
I
Okay.
like the shit you would hear like Night at the Roxbury. I like that kind of shit. Like the old like the What Is Love type music, like the old like '90s synth and shit. I don't know why. I just like I always like that kind of music.
That's interesting.
probably
Yeah,
one of my
I would not have
guilty
put you as liking that, Wyatt.
Yeah,
That's a
bro,
surprise.
like, down to some '90s club music. That shit is nice.
I didn't know What Is Love was a dance song until like a year ago, dude. I don't know why, dude. I just always thought it was like a slower song. And then I heard it on the radio one day and I was like, this shit is like,
This slaps.
like jamming.
I would say though, I was trying to think of anything else that wasn't music. I mean, obviously my favorite
There's,
movie
like,
is also a
movies.
guilty pleasure because it's
Titanic.
yeah. I don't think most people are
mean,
like Titanic's my favorite
I
movie.
know
but-
Alex's. I think Alex's is Clueless. He loves Clueless.
You're not. I can't hear you, Alex.
That's not a guilty pleasure. I love Clueless.
You openly love Clueless.
I openly love Clueless.
I like Clueless. I like Mean Girls more though.
Ooh,
I would say that's a
I
guilty
like
pleasure.
Mean
I
Girls.
do love Mean Girls too,
I like
but
Mean Girls is
Clueless
fun.
just has a soft spot for me.
I've seen Mean Girls more times than I'd like to admit.
I have
I've seen
probably two, to
Clueless
be
more
honest.
times.
I mean, I can thank ABC Family for that. It's
Yeah,
always
I
on.
mean,
Like,
I've seen Mean Girls more than I've seen Clueless.
I've seen
Oh,
Bring It
no, I've
On
seen
more than I'd
Clueless.
like to admit too. But
Oh, I like Bring It On.
I don't like
I,
it, but I've
I
seen
think
it.
I've only seen that once.
I don't
I like
like
Bring
it.
It On.
I've seen it probably in its entirety at least 2 or 3 times.
I like. There was another cheerleader movie. It was called like Salt and Pepper or something, where they robbed the bank. It was a
I
good movie.
don't think I've seen that.
Cheerleader movie?
Yeah,
Where
it was
they rob
like
a
they
bank?
were like cheerleaders, and the one is pregnant, and they dress as like presidents, and they rob a bank, and like because like they're trying to support the pregnant one. I mean, I'll Google it.
Don't remember that.
What?
It's not called Salt and Pepper, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna just type in
but I can't-
cheerleaders.
I can't
rob
think of
a
any
bank.
others though. Like guilty pleasures. I don't know. I just think that's funny. Like everyone has like something that just doesn't fit their character, but you know,
Yeah.
Sugar and Spice is what it was called.
Sugar and
Has
spice. That was
Close.
Kinda
I remember hearing
close.
about that.
you're in the right cabinet.
Yeah.
In the right cabinet. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be honest. Because I thought you just pulled that name out of your ass.
It's not a bad movie, man.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
I said, Alex, that I thought you were gonna come on here as a salt shaker.
Dude, oh my god, that would have been even funnier.
Just like waddle in.
This is a big ass. Like,
And just have like a
Hi,
sign
guys.
that
it's
says
just like
bitch.
a big ass
right on
thing
your
with
chest.
the whole cut out for your face.
No, I'm not
We
that
thought
great.
honestly that at the end, like right before you hopped on, we were thinking that you purposely were like, accept the call, put this as my background,
and
not going.
pieced.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was 100% what I did. But like, I eventually was gonna join. I was like, I gotta eventually get in
We
there.
You're like,
were
he's
on the
not
call
even
for
gonna
like
do it.
30 minutes. We were like, forget it. We're just going. We're just going with that.
That's why I felt bad though, because when you guys started texting me, I was like, oh, how long are they gonna wait for me until they start this shit up?
Like,
Like,
we waited for like 30
Alex is
minutes.
just sitting there like, come on, guys, start this shit.
come
Start this
on.
shit."
Like, God damn it, we're done. And Alex is like, all right, night. Were you sitting there playing your Switch? Because I called that too.
No, I was editing. But...
Oh, so you were at the computer at that?
Oh, I've been sitting here.
Man,
I was editing videos.
This guy.
this guy.
This guy.
Mr. Incredible.
This guy. I did have kind of a new segment I was going to bring for this month.
Ooh.
I thought of, and that was going to be like my my spooky movies picks of the week
Spooky movie.
for people that want to watch some spooky movies.
All right.
Go out and watch spooky movies. Specifically ones I've been watching here recently at this time of year. I watched a couple this past weekend. I watched Evil Dead 2. If you haven't seen Evil Dead 1, definitely check that out first. But Evil Dead 2. Also watched Halloween 3, underrated movie.
I like
Definitely watch
Halloween 3. It's weird, but I like
I
it.
really like Halloween 3, to be honest.
I'm in that category where I didn't like it at first, where I was like, "What the fuck is this? Where's Michael Myers?" And
Yeah,
then
that's just it. The name just doesn't fit, but you
Yeah.
know.
If
Yeah,
it was any other movie, I'd have been fine.
You could have just left like the subtitle and just like the season of the witch. Just call it that.
Just
or
forget
something,
the
you know?
title. Yeah, and it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good like movie on its own. And rewatching it, that score, like the music in it is amazing because John Carpenter did it. It's like the synth and everything. the 80s synth music that he does. Another one I watched the other night was Poltergeist. I haven't seen that one in years. Poltergeist. I don't know if you haven't seen that one in a while. It's super good. It's been a while since I've seen it.
You ever heard of it, Evan?
No.
Really?
Are you surprised? Like, if I haven't heard of a movie, are you surprised at this point?
I mean, it's like a pretty popular, like...
It's pretty famous, man.
Yeah, it's pretty famous. Like, Steven Spielberg produced it.
That guy throws up the worm out of the tequila bottle.
I haven't... Doesn't
Dude, like,
bring back any memories.
Bro, I almost ran over a snake today.
Oh.
I know that's random as fuck, but you were talking about a worm and it reminded me of a snake. I'm driving, just minding my own business.
I'm surprised you
and
didn't...
then I look and I see a snake on the road, and I literally
swerve towards it.
I got the chills of like, oh my,
that it touched
like,
your car, possibly.
You thought
like
it was
that.
from you.
Like, and I didn't realize how much I did not fuck with snakes until that moment today again, where I'm just I saw it on the road. It was like this long. It was like this long, but I saw it.
Was it a real
and
snake?
I went like, yeah, I saw it. It was like, and because of the fact, I've ran over a much bigger snake at that same spot before. So I know, like, it was long as shit, chilling on the road. Like, remember when me, you, and Justin were skating years ago, Evan, and we saw that giant snake? It was like that, but it was on, you turn Bernheisel,
yeah,
and then like you're going towards Rich Valley,
yeah, back
and you go down by
Sherwood.
the Appalachian Trail,
yeah.
By the that's exactly where like I seen the snake twice now, but like the one today gave me just chill down my body where like I thought about quitting. Just calling me a bitch. It's just like I was like, oh,
Vernon's just like, I can't do this.
Quentin just would have went over and just grabbed it, like, hey man, look, it's a friendly snake.
Would, and I thought about that. I like shit's running through my head at this point now. I'm like, if I ever see a snake, I'm just calling Quentin. Like in my house or something. Like I'm just, but like I remember just.
That man, I'm busy. You're on your own. Sorry. He's
Don't
gonna
call me, man.
Walk you through how to deal with it over the phone.
I'm not even gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna quit, and you have to come deal with this snake. I'm not going to. I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna leave the house.
The key is outside.
It might be.
It's unlocked.
It might be anywhere by the time you fucking get here. Like,
was it just a black snake?
But it was a tiny little black snake. It was like I said, if it was in my hand right now, it would probably be like this long.
Like not even as long as a belt. It would just be like a shoestring.
No, not even as long as a belt. Like, yeah, exactly. Like I saw it because it was sunny, bright and sunny, and it was just laying on the road, but it was like slit. It was like that, and I was like, ugh, and I tried to like get my wheels so I didn't run it over at all, and I saw it in my rear view. I looked at my rear view, so because like that's a huge fear of mine too, is like a snake being on my car. And so like, oh my god,
Vernon went over the snake and it leapt up, latched itself underneath the car, and was waiting to strike as soon as he opened the door.
As soon as he gets out, it just like snaps at his leg.
I can't think of anything scarier than just minding my own business driving and then seeing a snake on my windshield.
Really? Nothing scarier.
Yes, I've seen the video.
Seeing a snake come out of your vent, maybe.
Dude, they can climb. Yeah, they can come out of your toilet. You know that, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say a snake in your toilet.
I know.
That's common that they come out of toilets.
People found snakes just chilling in their crib, like in their garage.
That's the instance that I think about where I need quitting. Because then I think about like
you live super close to the woods too. My dad finds snakes
I would try
all the
to
time.
Flush it. I don't even want to think about that.
We all got fears though that like don't make sense. I mean, snakes are creepy, but you know, that's a common one.
Yeah,
I want to jump out of planes and shit. I don't give a fuck about heights. Like I'm not really that afraid of spiders, to be honest with you. But like I cannot like deal with snakes. I can't fucking do it. I don't know.
I got a weird fear. I don't know if you guys know, and it honestly doesn't even make sense compared to like my character. But I don't like lightning. Like
what?
I don't
really.
I like
because,
it.
Like that is weird because
I like it because of its. I like looking at it. I don't like being exposed or out in it. I don't
think
like
anybody does though.
It's so irrational. Like I can be outside in like a pavilion or something, and it's like a little thunderstorm, and it freaks me out so much that I am probably safe. Like I am 99.9% safe. But I get so scared. Like I don't even like driving in thunderstorms.
Get like anxiety.
I
You
hate
just want to get inside.
one of my biggest fears is driving at night in a thunderstorm, and I hate it. I don't know
Really?
why. I don't know if it's just like it's not gonna hurt me, but like it's just
It's just such a
That's probably
treacherous
like one of
situation.
my I hate is like driving in thunderstorms at night.
at
Like,
night specifically.
It is the worst, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is the worst. I hate it.
I
That and
hate
driving in snow, bro.
I hate
Fuck snow.
the flashing. Like it's spooky. I don't know. I don't like it. And plus, lightning is like 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun, so it'll kill
Sure.
you.
I'm scared of
Surface of the
hydroplane.
sun, not the middle of it. But
How would they know?
they know everything.
Lightning in a bottle, my friend.
Yeah.
I picture Alex sitting there like, I'm not afraid of anything.
He's like, I'm Mr.
Like-
Incredible.
Lightning.
I'm afraid of
Nah, you guys
babysitting
know
my
irrational
kids.
fears.
It's a praying mantis.
mantis.
Praying mantis, man.
Oh,
you
that's
know
right.
mine.
Alex is
Easily.
and that's a funny one because they are so harmless. They wouldn't hurt
I don't
you.
like them.
They,
But you understand, like, I
I ain't
can
judging.
rationalize that this thing's not gonna harm me, but I
Yeah, but a
get
snake
freaked
can harm
out
you.
when I see it.
a snake
But a
can
little
harm
black
you.
snake,
Yeah.
the little one that I saw
If you
today,
piss it off
like,
enough, it'll
it
bite
should've-
you.
it shouldn't have sent the shiver up my spine that it did.
Actually-
be in a vehicle, seeing this for 3 seconds.
Vernon, you might not
to.
want to hear this.
I don't.
There was a customer that got bit by a black snake, and it wasn't. It's because he didn't know it was there, and he like must have like reached towards its face or something, and it attacked in self-defense. But his finger actually got infected, and he actually almost like lost his arm because like the infection. Yeah, it wasn't because of the bite, because black snakes bite.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not
It's
going to actually
because he
hurt you.
tried to heal it with duct tape and super glue.
Well, I don't think he went to the
Yo.
doctor right away, so I think that's probably part of the problem. And he probably didn't use
Right.
It
peroxide.
surprises me so much that people use super glue for cuts, bro.
That's
oh,
messed
hell yeah,
up.
man.
It happens
That's-
all.
Well,
I
there's a
didn't even know
mechanics.
about that shit until a couple years ago, and
That's
it blew my
mechanics.
mind. I was like,
Band-Aid, man.
Yeah,
what
dude.
the
My
hell?
stepdad was a roofer growing up, and he had all the time, dude. He'd come home with like a piece of duct tape, and he'd pull it off, and there'd just be super glue in his hand.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
I-
'Cause
how
he'd be
many
like-
Bro,
times?
that wasn't me. I remember being like at work, working on cars and shit, and fucking up my hand and getting cut, and I'd be over there at the first aid kit, just like alcohol
Getting
swabs.
Yep.
bandits. Yep.
Disinfecting
Putting
it.
fucking Neosporin on that shit, wrapping a band-aid around it, like taking
Hell yeah.
care of that
Then
shit like a
you see
doctor.
George slice his finger open, and he's oh shit, and he washes it off real quick, but there's still blood and water all over it, and then he just
That's
puts
like-
glue, just glues it all up, and starts working
Bro,
on the car again.
that, I feel like Tim Allen, like Tim the Toolman Taylor, was based off of George's life, because that man has messed up at least one thing every day that I worked with that man back in the day. He was like,
He's a very cool dude. Good
yeah, he was
dude,
an alright dude, but like,
but like it seemed like he was always
oh my gosh,
oh god, always fucking shit up
he
or
was
getting
always
fucked
hurting
up.
himself or breaking
Yeah.
shit. One of the
It
two,
wasn't like
every
he was
day.
doing shit in bad faith or nothing, but like man,
Yeah.
Was he just
oh
accident
my
prone?
God.
Oh,
Or was he
yes.
doing it?
Yeah, dude. Bro,
No, he was both. He was like accident prone and like, but he would always. There's always a new injury. There was always like, oh shit, what happened?
he would always get in over his head where he's like, "Can you do this?" He's like, "Yeah, I can do that. Don't worry about it." And then like, I
Just
feel like
like
he doesn't really know how to do this shit. So he's just
60-year-old
like,
man.
"Yeah, I can do it. Don't worry about it." And then he
Next-
gets,
He's up on the roof. I'm like, what is this dude doing up here? He should not be up here.
bro, and this dude like, he could barely hold pens sometimes. Like he would literally be writing with a pen and his hand would cramp and he couldn't move it at all. And it's fucked. It's fucked to laugh about, but it's so funny because Vern knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Because he
would
helped me
literally be-
solder that shit that one time.
He would literally be sitting there.
I don't
writing-
want to laugh.
I don't either, but I'm gonna say it. He'd be sitting there writing, and then like all of a sudden he'd be like, ah, yeah.
And like, wouldn't be able to open his jaw.
He'd be like holding his hand, and then he's like, okay, all right, we're good. And
But
then
it'd
he
be
goes
good.
back to doing it. But bro,
But, like,
and then
I had him helping
Oh my
me
God.
solder the one time.
Did he have
so he
carpal
was
tunnel?
holding the thing. I don't know. I don't know.
this dude had so many problems, man.
He was doing the same thing like with a pen, but he was holding like the solder while I was like doing the heat, and like when we were finished, he was like, "All right," and then like he put it out. He was just like, and I was like, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine." And like it got the feeling, and he was good again. I was just, that was like my first. I was like, "Whoa,
okay."
Shit.
I've seen that man start fires. I've seen that man fucking engine up multiple times.
Dropped the car on his head.
Dropped the car on his head. I wasn't there for that one. He told
That shit was crazy. I like, oh my god, dude! Like it was wild. He's underneath this car working on it, and the jack broke, and he's just laying on the ground.
I'm okay.
And no, he was not okay. And this dude that was over there helping him, because me and another coworker were standing maybe like 50 yards away, okay, and we heard the crash, and we're like, what the? And we go over and look, and he's laying on the ground like, oh my god, and the other coworker that's in the lube shop is standing there like
like
and we're like,
completely.
Go get some fucking help, you idiot.
Bro.
Like, so we went and like, oh my god.
I remember like he was working on like the fuse box one time, and I was just like holding shit for him, and I remember he fucking grabbed something and he's like zap, and he's just like ah, and I was like, yo, dude, are you all right? Like I wasn't like laughing like I am now. I can make fun of it now, but then it was like scary because that like you could hear it pop. It went pop, and he's like, and I'm like, you all right? And he's like, yeah, I've been zapped before. It's all right.
Like, all right, let's keep it rolling.
I've been zapped before. Don't worry about it.
Like I said,
Like,
he was.
this dude.
Can we get George on here?
It was, bro.
Hey,
he's
I
like
love to get.
super.
I bet you he's got some crazy stories.
He had some crazy stories, man. Like that.
AJ
He was
was
a
cool as
wild dude. And, like,
Alex, are you looking at
that's
your
what I'm saying.
muscles?
I was.
it was like
Oh shit.
it was like Home Improvement with Tim Allen, where he was just fucking something up on that show every day, and that's what it was like working with this dude. Because I know going in that work every day, I know something's gonna go on. There's a situation at some point today, and I try to distance myself every time.
He would tell me about this. She's like, "Oh, I'm getting the fuck away," because like I'd be over at the other part, you know what I mean? And he would come up and be like, "I'd be like, yo, what's up?" He's like, George over there working on something crazy. I don't want to be anywhere near
Yo, I would
like
literally
any type of
leave.
responsibility.
I would
And I'm like,
George.
because like,
sometimes I would go straight to the owner and be like, "Hey, man, you might want to go over there and check on George." I remember after I left, one of the times I visited, I came by, I was talking with you, and I just remember hearing like a bulb, like something breaking, and it was one of those like big, huge fluorescent tube bulbs. And I just remember like as I was pulling in, George up on a ladder doing this shit, and I remember in the middle of talking with Vern, like 10 minutes later, just a shatter, and he's just fuck. And then he just like walks back all the way across the parking lot, get another one, come all the way back. But dude, it was like, it's funny now, but I remember then being like, pissed off, like, how does this dude have a job? Like, come on,
but
I can do this job. But now it's like, man, this dude was wild. Like,
it's funny looking back on it.
Yeah, that's a dude that's like, I could always like, I have a story about that dude at all times. Like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know
how we ended up on that.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
anyway.
describe it. Yeah,
I don't even know. Oh well.
but that's a crazy dude. Crazy stories.
Oh my god. All right, who's got something?
Oh,
Said something about a worm, and then I said
yeah, we're
something
talking about
a snake.
Poltergeist.
yeah, anyway.
because like we were talking about why it's.
Oh my
'cause
God.
I'm trying to wrap back
Long
to
story
that.
short, Poltergeist is a good movie. Go watch
right.
it.
I wanted to talk about the spooky stuff I've been watching.
Oh, word.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the last movie
It's
I
not-
had was
Oh,
The Others. I watched that last night.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen The Others with Nicole Kidman. It's a really good movie. You should check that one out. It's not like a super horror movie or anything. It's kind of creepy, like a psychological movie. It's like set during World War II and shit. It's wild. It has a huge twist, like a Shyamalan twist at the end.
What a twist.
Yeah, what a twist. You should watch it just for the twist alone. It's a good movie. It has like ghosts and shit.
Nice.
Definitely.
I haven't been watching like horror movies per se quite yet because I mean
Yeah.
they're just. But like me and Kyrie were watching like all the Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh, nice.
Simpsons.
Like because Disney Plus had a playlist of just all of them.
Yeah.
And like I was like, Kyrie, you want to sit here and watch? Because we were gonna watch a scary movie, and I was like, you just want to watch like 2 hours of this shit? Like, so we just sat there and watched like a bunch of Treehouse of Horror, and it's awesome. And a lot of them, pretty much, probably like 80% of them I've seen before. But there's a couple early ones where I'm like, damn, I've never seen this one. And it's just interesting to see, you know.
Yeah.
But like I recommend everybody go watch those Treehouse of Horror.
I might have to do
There's
that.
a
I didn't know they had
shitload
a
of
whole playlist of them on
Yep.
there. I haven't been on Disney Plus in a little while.
Yeah,
Yes,
I hopped on for the first time in a while and saw it the other day, and I was like, oh.
Speaking of, now that you remind me, actually, Mandalorian comes out this month. The first episode premieres this month.
25th
I
or
can't
something.
wait for that.
Yeah,
27th?
later. Yeah, I totally
20th.
forgot about that, man.
I'm gonna rewatch them.
That's a good idea. That's all you've been watching? Is there anything else?
Well, no, that like I said, that just the only thing. Because I thought that would be kind of off the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's not a movie, but that's one thing that I was watching
Yeah.
lately.
That's
Spooky
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
I'll
know.
definitely have to check that out. I didn't know they have a playlist of it on there.
Mm-hmm.
We did
That's
watch
sweet.
Halloween the other day, but that's just because it was on.
Nice.
We didn't plan to watch it, but it was
Yeah,
just on.
I've been trying to save that for like Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
I've been trying.
I
I've
think
been wanting to watch
When
it.
Brittany
Believe me,
flipped
I've
it
been
on, she
wanting
thought it
to.
was going to be the Rob Zombie version, and it wasn't. So she was like, "Oh, we're just going to watch it."
Yeah, that's all right.
She was watching
was on-
some movie that was I couldn't even tell you the title, and I'm not even going to go into it, but it was weird. I was trying to do my exam last night, and it was like
What was it?
these girls got like kidnapped. They were I don't know. Freaking Aaron Paul was in it, and I'm pretty sure it was. I don't remember her name, but she was in Gilmore Girls. I can't remember her name. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. What's her
Golden
name?
Girls,
Gilmore
Girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
Betty White.
What's that?
Betty White.
Oh, not Gilmore Girls. What did I say? Yeah, that's not
No,
Gilmore
Betty-
Girls.
yeah,
That's Golden
Gilmore
Girls.
You
You're
said-
right.
He said.
You're
He
right.
said Golden
You
Girls.
said Gilmore Girls. I was just fucking around.
All right. I was like, wait, I didn't say that wrong, did I? No, but it was
I was
weird.
watching on YouTube TV. I was watching the NBA Finals Game 3, I think, and right after it, The Curse of Michael Myers came on,
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, and I know it's bad with like Paul Rudd and stuff, but I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm watching it, and I'm like, this isn't the Curse of, this is a good movie. This is the first Halloween. I didn't finish it because I wanted it to kind of be The Curse of Michael Myers. I was like, I'll watch a bad one today, but I'm not watching
I don't
this
really
one.
mind The Curse of Michael Myers, to be honest. It's a bad movie. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's great, but I mean, I don't mind it. That's just because I love the franchise, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It-
mean, we
it
talked
has some
about
cool, it has some cool parts to it, but I mean, overall, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Styles
It's like
Pleasant's
5.
last one.
Yeah,
I just
His
feel
last
like
one.
adding a crazy backstory like that to something so
Yeah.
established
Yeah.
is just kind of like,
I
why?
agree.
Why?
That's why they switched it up
And then Paul Rudd just
After-
beats him in the head a bunch of times, and then they're
with
good.
a metal pipe.
Like, okay.
And maybe I didn't watch it close enough, but I'm pretty sure there's a very heavy implication that he sleeps with his niece in that movie. So
Yeah, the baby is supposed to be his.
yeah.
That's in
so,
like the director's cut. Yeah.
so like I'm pretty sure there's some heavy implication that he sleeps with his niece. And you know what? Michael Myers can murder people, but I draw the line at incest where I'm like,
well, it's
all
the
right,
cult, man. The cult made him do it.
When the
Yeah.
banjos start
How it
playing,
is.
Alex is out.
I'm
Oh,
out.
that's always the excuse. The cult
Yeah,
made
the cult
me do
made me
it.
do
The
it.
cult
That's
man.
how it is,
church.
man.
The church made me do it.
The church made you do it. The cult made me do it.
Those are
Yeah,
some
how
other
it
bad
is.
horror movies I like. I like the Wrong Turn franchise, man. They're not good, but I like them.
I think I've only seen like the first one.
There's like 4 or 5 of them, man.
Is there?
Or like The Hills Have Eyes. type
Oh,
of
I
shit.
liked it. No, Hills of
Yeah.
Eyes is actually a good movie, I think.
Yeah, I
Like,
like
not
those
like-
Eyes.
Not so
What do you-
bad, it's good.
What do you think about? I'm trying to think of like
I like
popular,
Tremors.
less popular movies like
I
that.
like Tremors. I like
Like
Tremors.
Tremors is cool.
Not the mainstream horror movies, but still popular ones. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Tremors.
that. Like
Yeah.
what's the one about the zombies where they're in the mall?
Oh, Night of the Living
20
Dead?
Night of the
28
Dawn
Days
Dead
Later
and
or
shit.
something like
Oh,
that.
28 Days Later and shit.
Or
Yeah,
maybe I am thinking of Dawn of the Dead.
yeah
Dawn of the
Dawn of
Dead's
the Dead's
one
in the
good.
mall.
I think that's
Which-
the one I'm thinking of.
Which are also considered like absolute movie classics. Because that's
Okay,
George
okay.
Romero. Those are
Okay.
considered like some of like the upper echelon of horror movies.
See, that's what
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to think of like that.
Yeah. When you talk about like
that's
Night of
like-
the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, that's like when you're starting to talk about like for horror fans, those are like the Citizen Kane. Like they're so old and so classic.
Maybe
it's like
that's
Alfred
not what I'm
Hitchcock.
thinking of then, because it's like a newer movie.
28 Days Later, I know what you're
We
talking
were
about.
younger.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the cop. You don't talk about the cop in the mall. He's just like, I don't
No,
know.
I think
It's a
that's the
zombie
Dawn of the
movie,
Dead
though.
remake. I think it's the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah.
But
Zack Snyder.
I'm with you with
I'm
28
not
Days Later.
the expert on horror movies, man. You guys all
28
know
Days
that.
Later is good, man. I haven't seen that in
Listen,
a while.
even though they divulge and they're terrible at the end, I think the first 2 or 3 Resident Evils are fine too. Like,
Yeah.
I used to like the
think they're
first one. I
perfectly
rewatched them
serviceable
recently,
movie.
and
They're
they were
serviceable.
kind of a mess. But yeah,
they're a mess. And if you're going in like I want a Resident Evil movie, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're just in for a good time in a zombie movie, it's
if
fine.
it had a different name, it would probably be all right.
Yeah, it's fine. I am not
Guys.
excited. Speaking of him for that Monster Hunter movie, that shit looks terrible.
Agreed. We already talked about that. Me and have talked about it. It does look pretty bad. I mean, it's the same dude. It's the same
It's
dude.
the same dude and
that
the same
made those
actress.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're
So,
husband and wife. It looks terrible. You guys played, even though the minute of Monster Hunter you played. Have you seen the trailer for it
I
yet?
haven't seen it.
No.
So out of the minute Monster Hunter you've played, tell me if this makes any sense. It's literally the girl from Resident Evil driving a Jeep with a big ass machine gun with a bunch of soldiers, and then El Diablo pops out of the sand. And I'm like, out of all these games, where the fuck did he get military soldiers out of it? Like,
Yeah.
where?
Any guns or anything.
That's
You
kind
should
of
have a big
not
sword.
the point,
That
yeah.
Has, like, dragon teeth on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big
Exactly.
sword, or like a pole, or
just like-
spear.
And a shield with his hide on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
and I
Clint
worked
talked
hard for
about
that
it. It's
shit.
like the typical like
Missing the point.
like a group out of their element.
Yeah,
like,
isn't that
thrown
the
into,
whole point
like-
of Monster
yeah.
Hunter is to like craft your weapons and conquer, like
Yeah,
not
like
conquer,
why would
but,
they?
you know,
why
like,
did they have to
defeat
do
the
the story
monster?
like, oh, it's modern military in this universe when they could have just did like a story within the universe?
I feel like
Like,
it
We
is.
haven't had an Avatar
what's the point of
movie
monsters in a world
while.
with modern
a Dragon Ball
military?
Evolution.
Yeah.
in a
I
while.
feel like it's the laziest Hollywood has almost ever been, in the sense that, like, I just feel like they wanted to make this movie about the modern soldiers, but didn't want to create the creatures and pay somebody to create the creatures. So, like, let's just buy
Yeah.
this franchise. They got monsters already drawn up, you know?
They got
Just
monsters
copy
in the
them.
name.
In the name.
Giving video game movies a bad name.
Yeah, man. But this one looks
Man.
like especially bad because they just missed the point. Like, the Assassin's Creed movie isn't good, but at least it knew what the hell it was doing, you know? Like, it was still about assassins and stuff, you know? They didn't
was like, I went to watch it the one night and I saw the runtime was like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna watch this movie yet. Maybe
Yeah,
someday.
Y'all see
fine.
Tomb Raider?
No, I
The
didn't.
newest one, no.
It's like
Exactly.
weird because it's like very, 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 very similar to that first game, the first
Yeah.
Remake.
I
And I'm
remember
like,
seeing the
this is
trailer.
kind
And it
of-
looked similar.
It's literally just like, and I think that's what kind of took away from it for me. Obviously, it wasn't that great. You're not hearing about it that nowadays, but like,
Yeah.
I did watch it, and like the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, I've seen this before. That's how I
Yeah.
felt the whole. Like I played this.
You guys could have made
It's-
it like a little different, like
Yeah.
a different setting or
That's
whatever.
what
'Cause
I'm
it looked like
afraid
the
of.
same setting.
I'm afraid it was like scene for scene sometimes.
Oh,
Like-
jeez.
Like you remember there was a trailer where it showed like parts of the movie compared to parts of the game, how close it
Yeah.
was. I remember seeing that shit, but like I'm kind of
Huh.
worried about that with the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
I mean,
hard balance then. man.
Yeah, I
we
was
were
just
just
thinking
complaining
that.
how like much they divulged
But
from
then
the
when
game,
they-
and now we're complaining about how close
But
they
they
were.
deviate
to the
too
game. That's-
much,
You
and
want
then
a
it's
carbon
like,
copy?
well, this isn't.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Like,
Like you just watched how many 60 hours of cutscenes on it.
Sure.
Now you want to watch live action cutscenes. It's like, yeah, I guess.
That's
again, I
what's,
think it's a fine line because like they
Mhm.
can't just make the Uncharted movies when it comes out and be like and just assume everybody knows them. They also have to pander to people who've never played the games. You know, not as much. Hopefully, that's
Yeah.
I
I
think where the balance is. But like,
I hope.
you still got to know who it is.
That's what kind of worries me
hope.
about they're actually like in the process of making a Metal Gear movie that's coming
Resident
out here in the
Evil too,
next
man.
couple years, and I'm like, how in the fuck are they gonna do a Metal Gear movie?
No way.
Like it's like it's gonna be so
It's gonna be
gotta be
terrible.
like 3 hours long.
Something
gonna be
should
It
just be
needs to
left
be a
alone.
franchise.
it needs
And
to be.
apparently it's the dude that like directed Kong Skull Island, which was good. I liked it, but
It's fine. Yeah.
yeah,
it's
but, like,
gonna be terrible. And listen, Wyatt will admit this, and we're both huge Metal Gear fans. That fucking story is so goddamn convoluted and confusing.
It's
Like,
so confusing.
there is sometimes you're playing it like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? And you're just like,
There's
all right.
literally cutscenes in the game that are
movie
longer than a
length.
movie.
Yeah, they're like 2 hour
Like, how are
cutscenes.
you gonna make it
Dude,
into a movie?
The game gets so serious. It's talking about like genetic evolution and military espionage and fucking
Whoa,
children soldiers, and it's just
shit.
throwing it to you all at fucking once, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what? I thought we were stopping a nuke.
Just
Like, what happened?
being a kid listening about like cloning and like the genetics and like all these politics behind like creating Metal Gear to like stuff like it's wild.
Again, if you would sit somebody down, if me and Wyatt could not put together the story of Metal Gear Solid for you, I couldn't do it. I could not do
I
it.
could give you a rough outline, but that's it. A very rough outline.
Very
Like, what do you
rough.
do? Like, do you just stick to like the first game, or do you try to get?
Oh no, you play them all.
No, but I'm saying for this movie, like,
Oh,
If you're-
Yeah, exactly. You don't know where to start.
how do
man.
you?
There's so much story.
If you think you're
'Cause it
gonna
covers
have
from, like-
multiples, then yeah, you only do the first one. But if you're just trying to get like one out and not expect
It
any
covers from like the 70s, like late 60s, early 70s, all the way up to like present day. So I mean,
in the future, even a little bit.
yeah, in the future a
As-
little bit too.
As someone who doesn't know nearly shit about Metal Gear, other than I played Snake Eater a little bit, I think that's I did play 5 too. But I think that would probably, like, if you're gonna make a standalone movie and just like
Snake Eater?
assume the audience knows the character, like make a movie for people who fuck with Metal Gear type of shit.
Yeah.
Like
Don't waste the
Snake
time.
Eater would be the best, like, because I
think-
feel like that setting would be awesome. You
Yeah,
know, like
I
that
think
jungle,
Most of
him
them would be
with
pretty good
Bandana.
as standalone movies.
Not two.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
not
saying?
two. That's what I was thinking too. Not two.
The only
but
one
the
not
first
two.
one.
I don't know
Metal Gear
anything
Solid
about
was good.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think-
they're really good.
Well, here's
no,
my
no.
thing.
1, 2, or 4. I'm sorry.
Here's my thing with it, and why I'm not complaining that the stories are convoluted. It's part of its charm. There's
Well,
no
yeah.
way to like put that into.
I
a
understand
movie.
why it's a turn off for some people though. Like I
Yeah.
understand if someone's like I don't like Metal Gears. Yeah, I mean it's super complicated. The cutscenes are outrageously long sometimes.
That's why I
um,
think the first one would be the best because it's the story's the most contained.
Yeah,
And if it was one standalone
agree.
movie, where
Yeah.
3 I think it's not as contained of a story. That's
that
where you
one's
start
like my
getting the
personal
clone.
favorite too. So I was like,
Oh, 3
I
is my
love it.
personal.
I know
Three's my-
three's amazing, but like I have like such nostalgia for that first one, man.
Yeah.
Just sneaking into a base out in the middle of like Antarctica, and then like you just like trying to stop this like nuclear weapon, like this huge mech with nukes.
I
I
think
hope they
3
remake them.
I think 3 has the best
Yeah.
villains. Like I think they have the best personalities.
I think it'd be a lot easier for me to play a remake of that than go back and play the old ones.
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just used to it because I've played it so many times at this point. But I would totally agree. I mean, the controls on PS1 for it are super clunky.
Man, if they remade those games, I would buy all 1 through whatever they remade, and then when they came out the deluxe edition that put them all 3 together, I'd buy that too.
The Delish
Yeah.
edition.
Agreed.
The delicious.
The Delish
I don't know.
edition.
Who knows what they can do? I mean,
Put that shit on a
they don't really have a
t-shirt.
good track record of video game movies. I know Sonic did really well. I still haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that yet.
But I heard it's good though.
I have
But I
heard.
mean,
I heard
like-
they were thinking about a spin-off with just Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
just
What?
Robotnik,
I
just
remember-
Robotnik.
Really?
Being excited for Max Payne back in the day, and then it sucked. It sucked.
How was that
so hard.
Punisher movie? I never watched the Punisher movie back then.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
the one with like John Travolta,
Thomas
and
Jane.
Thomas Jane.
I just remember there being a Punisher movie when I was younger that was out.
Yeah, I like that one.
The
It wasn't
game was
bad.
dope.
The game
Because
was
I'm just
really
thinking of
dope.
another, like, I know that's
Underrated
comic.
game, The Punisher.
What's
Go play that game. It was like on a PS2. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't see the second one, the second Punisher though. I know
Yeah,
there's like a War Zone or whatever it's called. It was really good though. There's so many video game movies like Blood Rain. I never even watched that one. I heard that one's terrible. Doom
Terrible.
was pretty bad.
I feel like most are
I
bad.
I kind of have a soft spot for the first Doom.
For Doom with The Rock.
It is terrible, and it has nothing to do with Doom, but I do like it. The scene, and I saw it in theaters with my dad, where they go into first person and they're shooting the people.
That's like the coolest part of the movie.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh, this is so cool.
they run around like the chainsaw and shit.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I would not sit here and say it's a good movie, but I don't mind it.
Yeah,
But that part was cool for you.
That part was
it
cool.
was. It is cool.
Oh man, they got video games movies dating way back, man. I mean, Super Mario Brothers. Let's talk about bad video game movies. Like that's
Yeah,
a bad.
like
video
That's almost
Fighter.
as Dragon Ball Evolution bad.
Yeah, dude. But
I don't know
again,
what you're talking about. I don't know. what
again
Dragon Ball
for
is.
Super Mario Brothers, it's bad, but I liked it as a kid, man. I kind of have a soft spot for it. Like
don't
I
even
didn't know any
remember
better.
it.
Oh,
I,
I
like
remember.
I've seen. I remember the clips, but as a
watched
whole
it.
movie, I don't really
I owned
remember
it. I owned it as a kid and everything. It's not good. But
I remember
it's-
watching Street Fighter and it being ridiculous.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Jean-Claude
John
Van
Claude
Damme.
Van Damme. Yeah,
What about like Mortal Kombat?
good.
Dude, I loved Mortal Kombat as a
Penalty.
kid.
That's like up there, one of the best video game movies.
Yeah,
Not
I
the second
agree.
one. The second
Not
one.
the second one, but that first one's really good.
I'm trying to think of good video game.
Speaking
movies
of that,
honest, like,
The
Mortal
the Mortal Kombat movie
That's-
comes out
I know,
next
but
year.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of other ones.
Again, I like Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil's fine.
I like, it kind of got off the rails.
Yeah,
But-
just like the first
But-
one or two.
But better. What's better than that?
Detective Pikachu. It's
I haven't
good.
seen
I
it.
haven't-
I heard.
I haven't
haven't
actually
seen
seen
it
that.
I liked it. It was cute.
I really
Ready
liked that
Player
I
One
Choose
was
You
really
movie
good.
though. That was nice.
Ready Player One was pretty cool.
It's not a
It's not
comic
really
or
a
video
video
game
game.
movie. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean, it's
bunch
based off
of video
of
game.
yeah.
Oh.
It's video game related.
It is video game related.
It's a video
It's not a
game.
video game.
I'm trying. I can think of other ones, man.
Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I like the
it's
first
okay.
one. The
Here's
second
my-
one was bad.
Here's my biggest problem with Silent Hill. Silent Hill is the first movie I realized that I didn't like jump scares anymore and that they're not scary, because there is a scene, and if you rewatch it, there is a scene where this ominous music comes and then Pop-Tarts pop. And I was like, even as like a kid, I was like, what? Like, no, like that's not a jump scare. You can't do that. But yeah, it's fine. I
Those
like
are
that movie.
Pop-Tarts.
Those are scary. They're Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, the toaster
But
can be
see where he,
scary though.
like,
Have you ever
rips
done
the
that?
skin
Like
off.
just looked at the toaster and like waiting for your stuff to pop, and then it just like pops. You never jumped at that?
No.
You never jumped
Never
at that?
watched my toaster, to be honest with you.
Like you know it's almost done, so you're sitting there waiting, and then you get distracted for a second, then you look back and it's like pop right in your face.
Listen, if I'm to the point where I'm standing at my toaster watching it pop, I'm just gonna pop it manually and eat them things. Like
not gonna be
I'm
good.
ready. It's What do you mean? How long were you standing there? What, the 2 extra seconds you're sitting there watching? It's
Every
gonna cook
second
it?
counts in that toaster, all right.
I'm usually cooking something else if I'm making toast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I make a
So-
lot of peanut butter and jelly waffles, so I use toaster all the time.
Okay.
I make a
I'd
lot
be
of
I'd
waffles.
be making eggs while my toast being.
Frozen waffles. I live
Mhm.
off of.
Dude, the video's not out yet, but we made, which were gross, Bloody Marys on the last Tap Bat filming. We made Bloody Marys, and we made candied bacon, and oh my god, that shit was so fucking good, dude. Like the bacon. The Bloody Mary was gross, but the bacon.
But the bacon was good.
Bacon, dope.
Have you guys ever had
I still-
chocolate covered bacon?
No.
Yes,
No.
I
Real
have.
good. I mean, I wouldn't eat it daily, but
Yeah, but
it's like
a good.
it's fun to eat. Like you eating, like yeah, it's good. It's sweet and salty, and then you're done. And you're like, okay, I don't want any more. But it's good.
Sweet and salty.
I'm done.
It doesn't sound super appealing. Like I love chocolate and I love bacon, but
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know.
It
how-
was
how
it was
like
big when
together.
bacon was like all the rage. You remember that? Like
Back
bacon,
when like Epic Meal Time was huge.
like 2012 kind of time.
I never watched Epic Meal Time.
Really?
Really?
I know what it is, but I never really watched it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the video of theirs
Do you
that
know
stands
what-
out is that big, like they took all the sandwiches from different restaurants and they made like a fast food lasagna.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the first one I ever watched from them.
And then they had like a huge like 8-pound burger or some shit they made. Like, it was
Waste of
ridiculous.
food.
I'm looking at a list of on Rotten Tomatoes of the 43 movies, video game movies,
Mhm.
and you guys will never guess what number one is ever.
Which one is it?
What is it?
And there's only three. There's only three with a positive tomato.
Oh shit!
oh my god.
Sonic is number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Detective Pikachu is number 2.
Uh-huh.
And Angry Birds 2 is number 1 with a 73.
I thought it'd be like Prince
I've
of
seen
Persia.
Kids might like it.
second-
I
And
mean,
Tomb
seen
Raider is number 4, man.
Nice.
the Angelina Jolie one.
Nope, the one we were just talking about.
Hmm.
I mean, it has a negative 51 rating, but it's number
but it's
4.
number 4.
I like the Angelina Jolie one.
Was the
I
Sonic
don't-
movie really that good?
I didn't
Apparently.
see it.
Because
Apparently it was really
people
good.
were shitting on the trailer, with the teeth and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
but they redid it.
but they did, yeah. I mean, I guess the content was enough to justify it.
It worked.
The second one from Angelina Jolie is number
Yeah, the
16.
second one was bad.
What's the
Yeah.
last
Well,
one?
it's rated higher than the first one because I haven't seen the first
I
one.
think I like the second one more, to be honest.
The second one has
Cradle of
a-
Life or some shit.
It's got a glaring plot hole in it. I know nobody else pays attention except me and bullshits, but because that's the one where she's got to get the two pieces together, right?
I think so.
Like to destroy the
Cradle,
world if the
yeah.
people get the two pieces together. Like she has the one piece the entire fucking movie, and she travels towards the other piece. I'm like, why don't you not go towards the second piece and don't destroy the world?
Yeah, for real.
Like, why don't you leave it there and you go find this? Nope, she carries it the whole way to wherever she goes. She's like, I might need this. Dummy. But anyways, the worst one on here at least is Alone in the Dark,
Mm.
followed by with a 1%, followed by
Ooh.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation with a 2%.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That one's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know what movie is awesome? It's not a video game. I mean, it was made into a video game, but fucking Blade.
Mhm.
That movie's awesome, man. I have that. Like, I've been wanting to watch that recently. I saw a clip of it the other day I think on YouTube. I was like, man, I need to watch this movie again. It's been quite a while.
I can't trust this list anymore because you know what number 32 is with a negative 15%? Pokemon,
What?
the first movie. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Wait,
Yeah, get
the
outta
first
here.
movie is what?
With Mewtwo. It's number 32 with negative 15
Should be like
splats.
top 5.
Wait, like negative, like it's just 15%.
15%.
What?
Bullshit.
That was an amazing
Because people
movie.
People didn't have a
There's
heart. They saw
Pokemon
Pikachu
haters.
cry. Yeah, they saw Pikachu cry and were like,
There's people that like hate Pokemon.
I think the first 3 movies were fantastic, and not just like as a complete Pokemon fanboy. Like I think they were good movies.
it's just like
I-
getting someone that hates RPGs to review an RPG game. Like,
well, I'm not a
I hate
huge
it.
Pokemon fan like you, Evan. I mean, I like Pokemon, but I mean, the third one I'm not a huge fan, but I think the first and second one are awesome.
I
Like, would
love the
watch them
second
again.
one. Actually, I think
I
Yeah.
like the first two.
I might
didn't
say I
really
like
see
the second one
third
more than the first one. To be honest with you.
Nah, man, there's that scene
But-
with Mewtwo with
but-
battle is just like engraved
It's
in my
not
head.
like it's a landslide. I think I watched the second
Sure.
one
Nope,
more,
it
so I think I
disappeared.
just remember it more. I mean, I remember them both pretty well, but
Pikachu
I liked
slapping the other Pikachu is one of the most heartbreaking
Yeah.
scenes of childhood, man.
Oh yeah.
do you know why I think I like the second one a lot more? Or because when it first came out, like that was the first movie. The first movie had Snubbull and Meryl, but then like the second movie had Lugia and Slowking, and you're like, these are new Pokemon. Like they're
I felt
Who
like the
are
second
these?
was like because we all knew about the legendary birds. I felt
Mhm.
like it was like a continuation of the games I
Yeah.
played. Like we're like, oh, like this is why they're the legendary birds.
Yeah.
You know,
it was.
this makes sense.
I like the second one a lot. It was actually
Yeah.
just on. Olivia watched it the other day.
Maybe
I own-
like
I own
because I
them.
may have not have seen it in a while, but didn't they tease Lugia in like the end of the first one?
I'm not sure.
Or
No,
wasn't it
think
like
so.
teased at some point? I thought I remember like one of the legendary.
Ho-Ho is teased in like the first episode.
Yeah,
of the
Ho-Oh was in
anime
the first
series.
episode.
Well, yeah, in the first
Like-
episode. Maybe
and,
that's
like,
what I was confused.
long before he ever came out.
hmm
You know,
Yeah.
they tease him.
Well, they actually wanted more originally in the first game, but they couldn't fit them due to the size limitations of the Game Boy cartridge. So they cut
Mm.
a lot of. There was some. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, there were a few that were in the second generation that they wanted in the first, but they just couldn't. They couldn't fit them all, so they just scrapped them.
Isn't there a secret Mew under the truck?
No, it's missing them.
Yeah, that's been debunked. There's
That's a
no
glitch.
Mew under the truck. No cheats. Nothing.
No
There's
Mew.
nothing there.
Nobody gets
No
Mew.
Mew.
No, the
No
only way to
Mew.
get Mew is missing no. You need to I did it in my original red version, but I don't remember how to do it. But yeah,
Nah, I wouldn't remember how to do it either.
I remember
But
the
I've
glitch. Like you have to fly to Cinnabar, surf along the side, talk to the old man with his coffee. It's weird. Like so specific. Like, how does that even happen in a game?
Remember the
Listen,
old man
let's
pulled a gun on Ash
Dude, you
in
did.
the episode?
You know what's funny?
Get
They
outta here.
banned that episode because of that. But I was
Yeah.
watching another episode that was on Netflix with Olivia, and they pulled a gun on him on that episode too. It was just, it was like the one
Ash
before
getting
it.
gun
It
pieces
was the
drawn
one
on
with
him all the
dude.
time.
the
Ash is-
Kangaskhan kid. Officer
Man,
Jenny
it's
like
been a
straight up
while.
pulls a gun out. I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you the truth,
Praise.
and I'm real nostalgic, and I love going back and watching old cartoons. There's another guilty pleasure of mine. I'll go back and watch nostalgic cartoons like from start to finish. I'm actually
I'm
going
the
through
same
Bar-
way with like sitcoms.
Yeah.
Like Saved by the Bell. I like
Mhm.
for some reason I love Saved by the Bell, bro.
Dude, I'm doing Gargoyles for like the third time. I'm going back through Gargoyles again. But anyways, Pokemon's one, dude. I tried to get back into it, and I was like,
it's
I can't.
campy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It's-
like,
it's
it's
too-
cheesy. It's
it's
lame.
too like I don't mind cheesy, man, but like
really cheesy.
I feel like it's
too
harder
slow.
for me to sit down and make myself watch cartoons more.
Cartoons are easier for me actually because I don't actually it's something I'll put on while I'm doing something else, and like
True.
I don't mind
Yeah.
having it on the background like while I
Yeah.
do things.
That makes
You know,
sense.
I'm not like sitting there like
Paying
watching
attention.
it. Yeah, like what did the Ducktail troop get
What does it
themselves
all
into this
mean?
week?
What did they mean by that? Looking for hidden
No.
clues.
Yeah, no, I just it's something like when I'm editing videos, I'll have them on in the background or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done
But
Love me some old cartoons.
but we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, we did.
Again.
Eh, who knows
We're talking
where
about-
we're at.
Horror movies we were watching.
Oh my god, we're still on that?
I mean, we were. I mean,
That's-
Vern was
that's-
talking about what he was watching.
I
Yeah.
think
I didn't watch any horror movies, but I have just recently beat Luigi's Mansion. That was my Halloween thing.
Nice.
Like I wanted to beat it before Halloween. I just recently beat it.
And did you fully give up on Mario 64?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm working on it. I'm
You're
working
still
on it.
you're carrying on. You're
Carrying
pushing
on.
through.
I have like 24 stars or something.
Yeah,
So.
I feel you. I got 30 stars in Sunshine right now.
Dude,
I'm rolling through
just
Sunshine.
the controls are so broken, dude. It's just so
I'm
like
surprised they didn't
I mean, the
fix them.
camera doesn't help at all either.
it's so unforgiving.
Is it just a
man.
port? Like it's just a ROM? Of...
It's just
It's
straight.
pretty much a
port.
straight port, and they just smooth the rough edges on the graphics from the 64.
See,
They smooth the corners.
I think it's a straight port from the DS because they already did the smooth the
Oh.
graphics on the DS.
Could be, and
I
they
think
just
it's
put
just
the
straight
controls
port.
for.
Yeah.
They ported the
Switch.
port. It's
I
a
think they
port.
ported the port.
Dude,
man.
it's-
Portception.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, like Sunshine is such a like breath of fresh air compared to 64. Because like,
I'm
believe me,
butt
I was so happy once I beat 64. Because I was like, I am done. I'm not even going back to find the rest of the stars.
not even.
Fuck this. I'm going straight in the Sunshine, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, Sunshine.
It still pisses me off because there's some hard like, I don't know if you remember like the secret levels that are in there that they take like your water pack from you, and you actually got a platform, and they get harder and harder.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was like, son of a bitch, and I don't want to lose my lives, so I'll like restart the game.
Yeah. Lives mean nothing, man. Lives really mean nothing in Super Mario 64, dude. Them things don't mean any. Like, I don't know why you even collect them. If you die and you run out of lives, all you do is start back at your like the
Start with
beginning of the paint.
4.
Yeah. And you start with 4 at the beginning of the paint.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, okay.
it's some bullshit. Like you end up, I remember ranking up, like going back and purposely getting lives just so I have a bunch of them, saving, and then coming back, and I'm back to 4. I'm like,
Yep.
you sons of bitches!
They
You
take them
took
away
all
from
my
you.
lives.
Bullshit.
This is
bullshit.
livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
Livelihood.
You want Mario to die? You want Peach to die?
Livelihood. I get it.
You get it, Evan?
Livelihood. Ha.
Huh. I am, by the way, missing next podcast. I told you guys that, right?
Yeah, we thought you
Yeah.
were duping
Yeah.
us, and
Yeah.
this was the one you were
I'm not-
actually gonna miss.
I'm not duping you. I am not going to be. I will try to do it from my phone if I am available.
Hey, you don't.
Maybe we'll see if like Cody or Quentin will be on or something.
Listen, I'm going to try to do. I'm going to at least come say hi on my phone. I might be completely hammered because I'll be on vacation, but
You don't have to worry about your video, Alex. If you want, I could just do audio.
No, video's coming. I'm going to show you guys around wherever I'm at. Like, look.
Can you do it landscape if you remember? That is something you're not going to remember.
I can do a landscape.
All
I'm
right.
not going to remember it. You're right.
Because then you're going to be all like, you're going to be
Next
tiny.
episode, like whenever it's like filmed, whenever it's not landscape, you need to make like a quick video cut from this episode. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll remember. I'll do a landscape."
I
Then
still need
just
to make
cuts
the one with the
to, like,
Halloween one. I
his
didn't do
shit
that.
zooming in and out. Like, drunk as shit, like keeps zooming in and out or whatever. He keeps adjusting
You
it.
didn't tell me to put it as landscape.
You didn't tell me
I
that.
don't remember you ever telling me that ever.
I don't remember getting this memo.
Yeah, you guys put this in the group chat?
You stuck that at the end of one of your podcasts when I left too.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, what else do you guys have?
I was gonna say
I
I
didn't come
had
prepared.
something, but I didn't want
Then
to.
that
I feel like
might
I had a lot of topics this week, so I didn't want to.
What you got, man?
All right, so you guys know mine, and I'm not gonna waste too much time on it, but I'm really curious about yours. So, as you guys know, I had a terrible second experience at KFC the other day. Long story short, second time in a row that I've been at KFC. It has been like 2 years since I've last been at KFC. Both times I have waited. They forgot my order. They forgot my bucket of chicken. I don't know how they forget a bucket of chicken, but they did it twice.
Whole
Anyway,
bucket.
the second time, the dude, though, he was super nice. He refunded me even the money. That was fine. I just
Did you
wasted.
still get your chicken?
Oh, yeah. And I got my chicken. Yeah. It's all
Nice.
good. It was okay. But
Nice. It was a
But yeah, the first time was absolutely terrible. Brittany was pregnant. Olivia was with us. It was awful. Ruined KFC for me. I thought I'd give them a second chance, and they screwed it up. Anyway, I want to know your guys' worst, like, not just fast food experience, but your worst sales or retail experience that you've had. If there's any that come to mind. Because if someone asks me that, KFC is right up at the top of that. Like, it is already coming out of my mouth by the time they're done answering or asking the question.
I had a pretty bad KFC experience. The same KFC.
This is a different KFC, by the way.
Oh,
Like, I was.
No, that is first.
Yeah, both of these instances happened at different KFCs.
mine was at the second one.
Yeah.
man. The one on the pike there, by Sheets.
The
Yeah.
freaking hybrid with Long John Silver's. That's already
was
sus.
This was just maybe like a month ago,
Oh,
a month and a half ago. It wasn't as bad as yours, but like I sat there in line for 20 minutes and like just like I'm like I should leave. I should just leave. And I'm like and then it moved up and I'm like okay, and I get to the fucking window to
Yeah.
the little speaker, and the first thing is like, can you wait for 1 second?
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
yeah. That's what
What?
happened to me. That's what happened to Alex. The same day. That happened to
Same
me.
day it happened to me.
I was sitting there waiting for like another like 10 minutes, thinking to myself like I should just fucking leave. But now I'm like
You've committed.
sitting here at the fuck.
I'm
Yes,
staring at the
exactly.
menu.
See,
Like, I want
I'm
the
sitting
chicken.
both
here.
of my
I'm like,
times.
I just got off of work. I didn't even pick up Kyrie yet. I'm about to go pick up Kyrie, so I'm like trying to just get food for me and him for the night. You know what I mean?
hmm
So like, I finally get my order in. Another 20 minutes of waiting later, I pull out of the parking lot. You know, going towards Sheets,
Yeah.
where you're where you can only go this way.
Yeah.
And I hear sir, and I look back and dude's got a bag. Like I'm pulling onto the pike, going into the far lane to turn towards, and he's like sir, with a bag out the window and out of the door, and I'm just like, he's got like half my meal. It's like all my sides. It was like all my fucking.
He
sides,
forgot to give
and
it
I
to
got,
you.
like, large. Didn't give me it.
Oh.
And I was like, I remember just being so irritated. And then I pulled into Walmart, turned around,
Oh my
came
God.
back, and I parked. And I went up to the door. It was locked, of course, because of COVID
Yeah.
shit. And I'm like, not getting nothing. call, nothing. And I just fucking left because I was not. The line was even longer than it was the first time.
Oh my
and I just
God.
fucking left. I
Gosh.
remember, bro, I was so mad.
That's
And
almost
then, like,
you had the
And you
food in your
paid for it
hand,
and
and you
everything.
didn't even have all your food.
didn't even have the sides. I had just a bucket of chicken.
See,
bro.
both
And I was
times that
just-
I went, the bad experience started after I paid. So there's no going back. Like, you either get your money and leave, or you get your food and
Yeah.
leave. But you got to get one of them. I'm not leaving with them having my
nothing, yeah.
money, because if you leave, they're just not gonna believe you. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know if I have any fast food ones.
not just fast food, but any experience.
I have one at a restaurant, and I'm just gonna preface it with, and we all are, but
Yeah.
like we're all pretty relaxed people.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
We're all very relaxed. I'm very relaxed. I don't usually get flustered very easily, but I was at the diner actually in the same kind of area right there, and I went there for lunch with a coworker. We had lunch. We're sitting there. We pile our plates because I always do it for I pile all the plates together.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there still, waiting for him to bring us a check. I slide the plates towards the edge of the table, and we're sitting at the edge of the table looking at it, looking at this guy. I see him walk in and out of the kitchen a few times, just like waiting there. I probably waited there for a good 15, 20 minutes before I was like, I'm going to be late for work. So I got up, went to the dude at the cash register, and I was like, hey, can you send the guy over? And he's like, yeah. So I see the guy walk over to the waiter, talk to him, point to our table. The guy said, yeah, walks in the kitchen, and then I didn't see him for another 5 minutes. I got up, and I went to the cashier again. I was like, he never came back out, man. And he was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, we'll comp the meal. I was like, listen, that's not necessary. I was like, I'll pay for the food. I was like, he doesn't get a tip. I was like, I'm not leaving him anything, not a dime. And I just wanted to preface to the dude at the cash register. I was like, I'm not usually like this. I was like, but that dude is not getting a single cent from me. No, I will pay for the food that you guys made. The food was fine,
Yeah.
but nothing from me. It's the only time I think I've ever left without paying a tip.
Yeah, I don't
only
think
ever,
I've
ever.
ever done that.
Dude, he pissed me off so much, and he knew too. Like, I don't know if he just didn't care or what, but I don't know. That's probably my worst restaurant experience.
Yeah, I'd be aggravated.
Can't really think of like a super bad restaurant experience I've had.
Not even just
to be
restaurant,
honest.
like any other experience, like Walmart.
I mean, I've had a funny experience I kind of told Vern about the other day. It happened a while ago. As I went to Zed's there in Shermansdale, Zydarelli's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I remember just pull it up. I remember I think it was I was hanging out with Alex or something beforehand or whatever, and I was stopping by to get some food. Then you know how if it's not done yet, they're like, just hold on a couple minutes, whatever. I paid for my food. I was like, yeah, I want to pay for what, and as soon as I paid, he gave me my car back. I just took off, bro. I didn't even think about it. I just took off. I literally got home and I'm like, I don't have my food, bro. I literally turned around, drove all the way back, right, and luckily there was no line to drive through. And he was like, "You forget something, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Here you go, man." I was like, God, I can't believe I just forgot all of my food, not just a little bit, all of it. I paid for it and then just took off
Yeah, I've done that with
because
gas.
I'm just used to paying, grabbing my shit immediately, and
Get
then
the hell
rolling
out of there, yeah.
I was like,
I
oh,
didn't
man.
I didn't leave like you did, but I paid for my gas. I went in, paid for my gas, and then I don't know if it was just because my brain was like, I'm leaving the building, so I'm done here. So I got in my car and went to go drive away. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't have gas.
Autopilot, man.
Yeah.
I actually had something slightly similar happen, but nowhere near as bad. I went to Turkey Hill the other day, right across the street from my job, and I went in with the intention of getting energy drinks and leaving, just that's it. And I went in and got in line. I literally went in and got in line, and I'm standing there for a good 30 seconds before I realized I had nothing in my hands. And I just I awkwardly got out of line, went and got my shit, came back with 3 drinks. I don't know if anybody noticed, but it was just weird.
Did you think you were going in to pay for gas or something?
No, I have no idea. I just went in.
Got in line.
And
there was a line. I got in it.
There was a line of 3 people, and I just got in it. And I was just standing there, and I got on my phone, and I'm like, wait a second. I don't have any items. So I fucking felt like an idiot. I fucking like, just walked away, got my fucking shit, and left the store. I don't even know if
There's
the
times
cashier
where
saw
like
me.
I'm leaving the house and I'm like purposely telling myself I can't forget this one thing or whatever,
Oh.
and then like I'll hop in the car and like start it, and then I'll start to pull out. Like, wait a minute, I forgot.
Mm-hmm. Of course you forgot
like,
it.
And then I remember like I purposely reminded myself earlier, and I still forgot.
Dude, I am the worst at like autopilot in the morning. Like if it is anything off my derivative path in the morning,
Yeah.
I will forget it. I have, and I've maybe told you guys before, I have literally driven to almost the other side of the mountain before I like clock in and realize I am driving. And I'm like, oh my God, like I have driven in complete dead silence. I don't turn the radio on, nothing. I'm just like, and then I'm just like, shit,
Yo.
dude, like how did I get here?
Oh my god, just like straight, like, because I've done that where
I've
I'm
done that.
driving to work and I'll end up at Walmart on accident. Not at Walmart, but like
You're like, wait a minute.
in the parking lot, like at least in that turning lane, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't need to do
Yeah.
that. But like that
Mm-hmm.
hasn't happened because I don't go that way anymore. But like when I used to go that direction, I would just end up putting my turn signal on at least. I'd be like, whoa, what the hell? Like just lock an autopilot.
Yep,
I'm
I
so
used to,
used to
I've missed
taking a
turns and
certain
stuff
path.
just because I'm zoned out. I'll just be
Going.
like zoning, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was supposed to turn
Dude,
there.
I've done that.
and
Especially with the mountain, how it splits, like Mechanicsburg, Carlisle side. I would
Yeah.
drive to Carlisle every day for work. And then if I had to go to the Mechanicsburg side, dude, I'd always be going down. And then I'd have to go down that shortcut road. I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
I used to work at the Giant where I had to get on the highway to go there, and when I got hired at CarMax, I did that. Like
Oh.
I would get on the highway, like shit,
Yeah.
like, this is not where I'm going. So I had to drive all the way to the other end of the pike and come back
I
the
do
other
that.
way. Like,
And, you know, pulling out of, like, where my dad lives and everything, I would always turn, like, when I started working at the bank I was at before, I'd have to turn right. But every other time I'd ever leave the trailer park, I'd turn left, because why in the world would I go right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
every time there'd be a couple times I'd go to work, and then I'm on my way to freaking Carlisle or something, and I'm like, oh,
like because what's
I'm-
back near you?
I gotta go to New Bloomfield. Like, I'm going the wrong way.
Pretty much anytime I'm leaving, I'm turning left there at that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that hill.
Nobody ever turns.
Now,
right.
I mean, see, now I do because I live this way, but
Yeah.
it's before. Why would I go that way? I mean, what do I have up north or more north in Perry County? Nothing up here. Yeah. So no other bad like retail experiences.
I mean, I can't really think of any, to be honest, off the top of my head. I mean, I'll probably think of one like as soon as we're done filming or some shit. But
I have a funny one, a great one though.
Oh yeah.
Like, I bought this right here I have in front of me. I bought this little R2D2 thing. This little R2D2 thing from Geek Squad, some website, all right. And I got it, and it didn't work.
Oh.
Like, it didn't do what it was supposed to. So I called the company, and I was like, and it was only like a $15 thing, and I was like, hey, this isn't working. What's going on here? And she was like, oh, it's okay. You know, we'll send you a new one. And I was like, okay, I'll send this one back. No problem. She's like, just keep it. It's fine. No problem. Get the new one. It didn't work either. And I was like, man, these fucking junk ass things. So then I'm like, I'm playing with the new one I got, and like it comes with a cord, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna plug it into my computer,
Oh my
like
God.
not charge it off of an outlet, plug it into my computer. It worked. So I went, got the old one, plugged into my computer. It also worked. So I don't know. It just needed to plug into the computer at first,
What?
and they
in the
both
world?
worked. And I
that's
was
kind of
just
like I like whenever I ordered that Dragon Ball shift knob, they actually sent me like a big ass like Dragon Ball, like a number, like it was like a number 4 or number 5 Dragon Ball. And like
this
I
is not what I
messaged them like, hey, this isn't what I ordered. Like, oh, I ordered like a shift knob for my car, and they're like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And then like they just sent me a shift knob.
So
and
now you
didn't
have a
say anything
Dragon Ball.
about the other one. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no.
now I have a big Dragon Ball and then the shift knob, which like I gotta fix. But
I just gave my other one to my boss sitting on his desk at work because I was like, I feel like a giant
Hey, I
asshole.
got you
Like,
this.
yeah. Oh no, he knew. I just felt like a giant asshole. I was like, damn.
Yeah, but why would it work in your computer? You know,
Right?
and
Like,
not-
I don't know.
that doesn't even.
And
Make
I didn't
sense.
give the
weird.
lady. Yeah,
Was
I
there
didn't give
too
the
much
lady
power?
Shit or anything.
Coming in from like your phone charger.
I don't know. When I plugged it into the phone charger, like it said it was charging, but like I just could not turn it on.
Did you not let it charge
Yeah.
enough? Maybe.
No. Well, because the second one, I'm telling you, I literally just plugged it into my computer and it worked like instantly as soon as I plugged it in. Because it's
weird.
a Bluetooth speaker that I never use because it's tiny as hell. I just wanted R2D2's head to sit on my desk. That's it. Just his head too.
Just the head. I don't have room for the full R2D2 body.
Yeah. I have a fish tank that's got R2D2 in it.
Isn't that right, R2? Boop, 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 boop.
He turns on, man. I mean, he's definitely dead. I haven't charged him in 6 years, but he makes little beepy sounds too. I don't know though, man. I'm pretty like all of us. We're pretty relaxed. I don't feel like there's too many situations I get myself into where I even care. Like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. For me to return something to a store, it has to be pretty like either super expensive or super like oh my god. Like if I go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and they don't give me my sauce, it is not worth my time to go back through that drive-thru.
Yeah.
Like I'm just leaving. Like I don't give a shit. Like I'm out.
Me and
See ya.
Brittany, when we first moved in here, we bought a dining room table set from Amazon. It was like $180. They sent us 2 bar stools. We still have the bar stools.
But did you ever get the dining table room set, or you just never bought it again?
Brittany messaged them, and then it just never got resolved. So
it gets to a point where it's like, is this worth?
They both
worth the
just
work
sit out
for
in the
me?
kitchen, and the cat, it's perfect level with the window, and the cat just sits there and sleeps on it.
You bought a cat
It's a
bed.
$180 cat bed. Waste of money. But it was like, it's not worth the effort dealing, because there are these manufacturers from who knows where selling,
Yeah.
it's not quality product. It's like,
Man, being in corporate, they just don't
we
care
did
either.
get
At
something out of it. And I mean, they are nice. Don't get me wrong, but
least they're not just like cheap, like
Yeah.
kitty.
we've
Fucking-
used them. Like, it's just, they're nice and cushioned. Like, it's a bar stool, but then there's like probably like this, it's like a 2 or 3 inch thick cushion on it. They're nice, but
That's about like
not what we wanted.
Not what I wanted. I bought Marissa one time. I think her first birthday we were spending together. She's a big wine drinker, so I bought her unbreakable wine glasses, like $70 for 4 of them. And I was like, okay, these are gonna be like some good glass. They're plastic, dude. They are like Halloween grade level plastic. Like it's like,
But
like,
they're not gonna break if you drop it.
They're right. Like it's not gonna break. But I was expecting some fucking glass.
Like some like ultra durable glass. or
Yeah,
something.
like I spent $50 on plastic fucking wine glasses.
That
or
probably
70,
costs
whatever it
like
was.
$1 for
cents
the
a thing.
mold and 20 cents for the
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, dude. Like I was like, this is bullshit. They're still sitting in my cupboard. We never
I've
use
been
them.
had.
But I was
Alex,
not like
we
spending
got
the
I forget where we even got it. We have a beer tasting kit that we have that's numbered 1 through 4, but there's
Mhm.
only 1 glass for each number. Would you want it or not? Because
if you're not gonna use it.
the thing is, like, if you had 2 of them, you
I
could
could do with
pour
storm.
like they'd be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. But
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't
Man,
think you're gonna use it,
any beer related as items. Dude, next I got 2 big plans for them, and they're gonna be super fun episodes. The one you guys should come over. I want to do a football episode where it's like the best beers to drink while watching football, like Coors Light, Bud Light, like all those like classic ones. But then I want to get like all like the stupid beer gadgets. Like you ever see that thing that cuts the whole top off and like all those stupid beer gadgets? I'm gonna buy just a shit ton of them
and just
like review
test them all out, dude. I'll do that.
Yeah, just review every single one of them. I think it'll be a fun episode.
Nice. That's
But-
cool, man.
I think that'd be
That's
fun.
what I'm planning.
Get us all in there and just freaking play with beer gadgets.
Big beer luges and shit.
Yeah.
All right, man. But that is it for me. It is
Yeah.
12:20.
I think
Yeah, man.
we've hit the end of the
Been a good
road for
episode.
episode 14.
We talked about a lot tonight, man. We got a good episode here.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
do have a
South
story
Park
to
for
tell.
like half the time you weren't here, Alex.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Did
I
you
haven't seen South Park in like 6 years.
did you
so-
watch the pandemic episode? You should.
No,
You should
just seen
watch
pieces of. I saw the piece where they shot Token, like that, like cut of it, and they're like, and they're just that was funny though. They're like, we're here because of COVID though, and they're like, no, you shot him. No, but we're here because of COVID. I'm like, oh my god, South Park is brutal.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do have a story to tell, but I don't want it to be on the podcast, so we'll do our wrap ups.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
It
on
was a
here.
story I
Vernon,
wanted
do you
to
want to stay on
There's a
here?
story
Do
I
you want
wanted
me
to
to,
tell.
or do you think you're good
What's up?
with the pot or with the OBS stuff?
Oh no, I'm good.
All right, cool. All right,
All right,
I'll be
well,
on.
thanks.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll get us out of here because I didn't enter.
Yeah.
this
Anyway,
anybody.
you didn't even count me down. Why I had to count down?
yeah.
Was he as good? Was it as good for you as it was
He
for him?
was good.
Was he better than
He,
me?
was,
I went for 4.
he went from 4 in your honor, in your absence.
Oh, thanks.
Only
thank
person
you for
who
joining
catch
us, everybody. It's a good episode. I'm done being salty now. I won't see you guys next week, but I hope you guys have a great episode. And
Yeah, man.
what episode?
We're on
And,
14.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check out the new episode of Squad Pod Sports with Philly 500 that's coming out. Got a lot of big things cooking up. So yeah, check out Squad Pod Sports on Twitter as well. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Tap that subscribe button.